Hey, my name is Taryn Liker, and I thought I'd just pop on and answer some questions here because I've had quite a few people reaching out and saying, okay, I really want to know about what it's been that you've been talking about with weight loss. And so 11 years ago, I found a system and I found a philosophy that really did help change. And I've used the same one for 11 years. And so people have been asking, hey, are you still in Pure or is this something else? It's not something else. I found results 11 years ago, and it was a toolkit that really helped me to get my results. And so I'm not going to change what isn't broken. But one of the things that I've really appreciated is we really have fine-tuned how to get you the results. Because truth be told, back in the day, it was, hey, why don't you spend about $2,300 and just take it all and then see what happens. Like, that was our method. And so while that's what I did, I don't think that's what you have to do. And I don't think that that's something that most people want to do or can do. If you can, go for it. I don't think it's necessary. And so over the last 11 years, we've really worked with people to understand what do you need to do and what are the key things that really will make a difference. And so I made some notes because I've had some conversations that have just been so powerful because people really are vulnerable and they're real and they want to know what is different because there's so many things out there. It can be so overwhelming. And so what I hear a lot of is what people don't want. And what they don't want is they don't want to starve. I don't want to starve. And if you've ever seen my cooking, we don't starve in our family. And in fact, I find a lot of times that people are actually under eating. And when they're under eating, their body is so scared that it's not going to have what it needs. So it holds on to every little thing. So it can really be counterproductive if you're really wanting to see that scale shift. And so no starving here. And then some people are like, well, I just don't have the time or the, energy to increase my activity level so much. Well, in their mind, what they're saying is that they have to commit to some kind of a routine in the gym or get the membership or do this program that's going to be agonizing for 45 minutes to 2.5 hours, and they're going to have to do all these things. I'm not saying you can't, but I've really not seen that work long term for people. And so one key concept that I'm really big on is if whatever you're doing now, you would not be able to continue for a month, for 2 to 3 to 4 months or years later, if you're not willing to pick this pattern up anytime that you're wanting to slim down or you have a goal, then I wouldn't do it because I don't think that that's lasting. I don't think that white knuckle and being perfect is ever going to work long term. Can I get an amen on that one? Like, that just sounds terrible to me. And I had done that. I was like, hey, I'll be perfect and I'll spend the hundreds of dollars and then I would get the results. And then all of a sudden 2 days later, so I'd do a program for 3 weeks and then 2 days later I would be up higher and I was so frustrated. So I wasn't lazy. It's not that I wasn't willing to do the work, but I wanted it to be worth it. And I believed that if you put the work in, your body should be in a better place, therefore starting from a better foundation. I believed that at my core, and I just never found the thing that fit into that. Hey, Stephanie, how are you? Stephanie, would you mind putting in your before and after pictures? I would love for people to see, and anyone else that wants to, put what it is that they've done. So with that, if you have, people have been complaining about they're just at a plateau, and some people think it's because of age. I will tell you that this week alone, I have worked with 19-year-olds. I've worked with 20-year-olds. Hey, Rose. I've worked with 30-year-olds. I've worked with 60-year-olds. And so, no, age is not a factor. And I've worked with people in perimenopause. I've worked with people in menopause. And so, no, it doesn't have to be a factor. If you accept that it's a factor, you're going to walk in that and you're going to frustrate yourself. So whatever plateau it is, we just have to figure out how to get your body to actually break that. But there are people in their 80s that are in better shape than people that are in their 20s. There are people in their 70s that are in better shape than people in their 30s. And there are people that have overcome. And so that is not the rule. We are just needing to do something different. And so does it have to be expensive? Well, you defined expensive. For me, our family was paying over $6,000 every year out of our own pocket to be sick. And so that $2,300 that we spent, honestly, we got really great results and we felt better and we started saving money. So that $2,300 was a great investment. And no, I don't see that as expensive. However, I don't think that's necessary for this because we can do it in far less. Can do that really for less than about that $300 mark. And so it's up to you. Is that worth it? if you took about $300 and if you took 1 month to really see what your results could be, would that be worth it to you? I don't know about you, but I've blown $300 on far stupider things. I mean, even my dog is sitting here right now. I've had vet bills that were really ridiculous. I love my dogs, but I paid for their vet bills because they had a really dumb moment and ate something that they shouldn't have eaten. And so here's what I'm confident in is that if you give this a fair shot and if you actually put in the work and follow directions and take these products, I do believe it'll work. And so here's what most people think. They have to stress out, that they have to change everything. I don't believe in that. And so here's what I would propose. Number one, just take the products. Don't stress out, because if you stress, you're going to increase your cortisol and then you're going to accumulate more fat on your hips, thighs, and waist. Yes, that would be awesome, Stephanie, if you don't mind. If you want to, you don't have to, but I just love showing what this concept can do. And so here's what I propose. We have two different packs. One is called the Core Plus and one is called the Core Complete. And so the Core Complete would be the full package. The Core Plus is absolutely everything that you would need. So it's completely up to you. If you want to get even faster and more thorough results in that 30 days, then go with the Core Complete. If you're really just wanting to say, hey, I'm willing to put in what's necessary, but I don't need to go above and beyond, okay, totally cool. We're going to start with the base, and the base is giving your body what it needs so it can do its job. Your body is designed perfectly, it just needs the tools to do its job. And so what we focus on is a philosophy of cleanse, balance, and build at Pure. And so we cleanse the liver, the colon, the lungs, lymphatic system, kidneys, bloodstream, and skin. What we do is we help your body to identify what doesn't belong, to package it up in a way that it can say, hey, this needs to go, and then we get it out. Hey, Karina, how are you? Chime in if anybody wants to chime in, because many of you have actually experienced this. And so we're going to clean the filters of your body. We clean the filters in our car, we clean the filters in our house, and we know if a filter is clogged that we are not going to get the results that we want. If there's a bunch of gunk in something, we're like, oof, that's what's happening. But we don't do that in our body. That's absolutely ridiculous. So we are going to help your body to declutter and cleanse out what doesn't belong. Step one, okay? Because when you can reset that, you are going to be stronger. Second thing, we're going to balance your body chemistry. And so if your body chemistry is out of whack, then your body is not going to reproduce healthy cells. It's going to be sick cells. And so what we are doing is we are balancing your body chemistry so that your mood, your energy, and your hormones are in balance. That is going to have you feeling so much better, okay? So that is our balance platform. Third is our build platform. Your body is designed to function on vitamins and minerals. That's just how God designed it. When we were supposed to eat spinach, when we were supposed to eat what it is that He gave us, our body consumes that. It goes into your stomach, it gets into the small intestines, those little villi grab the nutrients, deliver it to the bloodstream, and get it to the rest of the body. That's what happens. And so what we do is we masterfully give your body what it needs so that it can do its job. And so every single day, what we do is we give it the building blocks. We give it a buffet, because your body can pick and choose what it needs every day. Today might be different than tomorrow, might be different than Wednesday, might be different than Thursday, might be different than Friday. But what we do is we just give it a buffet every day and say, you take whatever you need today. We'll eliminate whatever you don't need, but whatever you need, here it is. And so when your body actually can just pick and choose and go, oh, perfect, I needed this, or whoa, we didn't get this yesterday, or oh, I really needed this. When you focus on cleansing, balancing, and building all at the same time, your body does not have a chance but to start to repair. This doesn't treat, heal, or cure. It gives your body what your body needs to do its job. And when it has that, it will absolutely do it every time. Flawless, every time. So that's what our Core Plus package does. And the Core Complete actually does it even more thoroughly. That's where we're going to attack if there's any kind of inflammation. That's where we're really going to come alongside and support your hair, skin, and nails. That's where we're going to come along and really support your digestive tract. That's where we're going to come along, support your hormones, your kidneys, all of those things, your heart. So if you want to go above and beyond, you totally can. Not necessary, because just that cleanse, balance, build is probably something you've never done in your life. Okay, so now that we have a solid foundation, it is time to take heat-seeking missiles and attack the fat in your body. And so what I propose is two things. You can do up to four, I'll explain them, but I propose at least two things. You decide how much of this you do or don't do. So the first thing is called On Track. What On Track does is it's a formula that basically says when you consume food, you put this in your system first. You take 2 capsules 15 to 30 minutes before a meal with 10 ounces of water. Why? Well, we need it to be in your intestines before you introduce your food. So it gets into your intestines right on those villi, and when you start to eat the food and it comes through those villi, it tells your body whatever you're eating, you did not get enough sugar, you did not get enough fuel, you did not have any carbs. That's probably a total lie, because you probably had something that was fueling that system in the form of sugars or carbs, okay? But what your body says is, oh my goodness, I got nothing. And so what it does then, it says, whoa, it's okay. If I didn't get it, I've prepared for such a time as this. I'm going to the fat reserves. So then it starts to burn your fat as fuel. Gram per gram, your fat is a great source of energy for your body. So when your body starts to burn your fat, first of all, aren't we celebrating that it's burning the fat? When your body starts to burn the fat, what happens then is your body says, whoa, I am good. It says, you don't need to eat anymore. I'm totally fine because I have all the energy I need. I have everything I have needed. And so you feel full faster. And because it has that amazing source of energy, it stays full longer. You stop the cravings because your body's like, I am good. I am so set. Oh my goodness, I have everything I need. I am all set. Leave me alone. Just let me work. And then it goes to work. Okay, so it is burning your fat. And so that's why people say they feel full faster, stay full longer, and they don't have the cravings for other things because their body's satisfied. And they have that boost of energy. They're more productive because they're like, their body's burning that fat, okay? So when your body's in that kind of zone, then it will not store fat either. And so we are making sure it's not using what you're eating. We are burning your fat as energy, and then we are not encouraging it to store anymore. That's why this works so well. So that's why I suggest taking the On Track capsules 3 times a day. Take it before every meal. This is also why you can't starve. Counterproductive. Because when that is ready in your intestines, in order to trigger that response to start, you have to eat. So if you take it and don't eat, you never put it to work. You never said, go find the fat, go find that fuel. And so you need to eat. So we are not asking you to starve because you would actually be defeating the whole purpose of all of this, okay? So then the next thing that I suggest is called Serene. Serene actually helps your body to manage physical, mental, and emotional stress. When our cortisol rises, we are going to accumulate more fat on our hips, thighs, and waist. It also affects our hormones in a negative way. Men, it can actually plummet your testosterone. Does any man want his testosterone to plummet? I wouldn't. And so there's some other benefits. So that's what I would suggest. At the bare minimum, give me 1 month. 1 month. Try to prove me wrong. Core Plus, On Track, do 3 bottles. I have a special if people actually take me up on this that I will actually cover some of the bottles. So reach out to me. Then you could take the Serene. So that one thing, if you did that, it would be absolutely incredible. So Core Plus, the On Track, and the Serene. Okay, if you want to take it up a notch, you can go to the Core Complete, On Track, Serene, and I'm going to go over 2 more things. Metabolic Max. Metabolic Max is our formula that supports the thyroid. If thyroid is an issue for why you've been accumulating more weight, maybe your metabolism off, it's going to support your thyroid. It's also going to preserve your lean muscle mass. What burns fat? Muscle. The more muscle you have, the better. I do not want to be skinny fat. I really want to be strong. I don't care what my weight is as long as I have a really good ratio of my muscle to the fat, okay? So it is not about a weight for me on a scale. It is about how strong am I and how much muscle mass do I have to keep burning fat in the future, okay? So Metabolic Max can help to boost your metabolism, support your thyroid, and then also what it's going to do is help you rev your metabolism, so it's helping you burn your fat. Now, that is what I would suggest to take in the morning, okay? Because then that's going to keep you in that preservation mode. It gives you the energy and it's supporting that thyroid. Then in the afternoon, I would propose Metabolic Max. Why? Or sorry, Met 10. Met 10. So Met 10 actually helps to cut cravings. When do most people start craving? They start in the morning or in the morning. They may or may not skip. Maybe they're fasting. Maybe they're not eating as much. But all of a sudden, it comes to this point where about 3 to 4 o'clock, they're like, oh my gosh, I really didn't eat today. I forgot to eat today. And then they eat everything and they eat everything all night long. And so what they're doing is they're crashing their metabolism. They're absolutely annihilating their liver because it's supposed to rest and recover overnight. They're also messing with their sleep patterns. Do you realize how much, if you eat after 8 or 9 p.m., how much you were screwing up your sleep? And so maybe your sleeping problem is actually in your eating habits and you have no clue. So one of the things that we suggest around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, not only does it help to eliminate that crash, but it eliminates the cravings. And so in that evening time, you can have your dinner meal, but then you're not going to be eating every single thing put in front of you. And so this is the comprehensive plan that I love so much. And the neat thing is I've used this for 11 years. I ebb and flow. Do I take all of it every day? No. Sometimes I don't have the need for the Met 10. Sometimes I'm not craving all of those things. Sometimes I'm in a terrible pattern. I don't eat in the morning and then I want to eat everything at night. When I know I'm in one of those patterns, I use Metabolic 10 as my tool. When I know I am working out, I know I want to preserve my lean muscle mass, so I'll add the Metabolic Max. I absolutely have used the same formula of On Track for the last 11 years. I wholeheartedly believe with every fiber in my being, it's been this base that's why I lost 54 pounds. And then it was within 6 months. I had not changed my eating that much and I had not gone excessive in my workouts at all. I had walked around the block 5 times in 6 months. That is not activity, okay? That's a lot of excuses, but I made sure I was giving my body what it needs. It did its job. It absolutely responded. And so then I wanted to eat cleaner. I wanted to actually be more active. And there are 5 habits that we highly encourage, not required, but 5 habits that if you do alongside this, and maybe you just want to do these. Drink at least half your body in ounces of water every single day. Number 2, at least have 30 minutes of active intentional movement every day. My theory is either use it or be okay losing it. I have a vision to be playing with my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren all the way into my 70s, 80s, 90s, and I'd like to go to 107. I don't want to be some vegetable in a wheelchair at 107 just saying I made it. I want to be vibrant right until the day that I am called home. That makes sense. And so that is what I'm making sure that if I want to be able to do it tomorrow and 50 years from now, that I'm doing it today. So intentional movement, off my soapbox. Win the morning, win the day. Make sure that you approach the day and you in your mindset. Make sure that you're ready mentally to really face that day. It's going to be amazing if you do that. The next thing is make sure you get that 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep. And so that's something that I really pay attention to and I'm working on that. And by the way, that Oura Ring has been amazing at teaching me some of these things that I needed to fine tune. And last but not least, actually take the products that you signed up to use. Because so many people will do exactly what I just said. They will buy it all. And then they'll say, Taryn, you know what? I just don't think it's working the way I thought it was going to. Okay, this is 28 days in. And so this is a trick question if I ever ask you this. But basically I say, okay, perfect. Tell me what you have left. And it's very clear they have so much left that they did not take it. They did not follow directions and they did not commit to it. And look, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking at, can you incorporate 20 to 30% in the first few days? Then can we get up to 50% by the first week? Then can we get up to 80%? I'm not looking to stress you out and make sure you're perfect about it. I just want you to understand how to incorporate this into your life and start seeing the benefits. Because here's something I heard that was one of the most brilliant things, and I've used this for the last 11 years. If you understand the concept, if you understand any of what I'm saying to you, if it makes even the slightest bit of sense, I bet you've never done it before. So when you get it, you'll do part of it. When you do part of it, you'll see the change. When you see the change, you will want more. And when you want more, you will do more. Because I understood the concept, I was able to take each of those steps because cleanse, balance, build is something I had never heard and it made complete sense. So I did it. When I did part of it, because I wasn't perfect and I didn't know what I was doing, that started to change me. When I saw this change, I was like, oh my gosh, finally, I'm not white knuckling. I'm not being perfect. This is working. Then I wanted more, so I started to do more. I was like, okay, I forgot this, but yes, this is a great mix. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing this. And when I did more, I started to see even bigger results and bigger changes. And then when I had reached a level of health that I never imagined, I would have thought I would not be where I'm at today. 38 years old, and I feel better than I was 18. How many people can say that? I do know a few people because I've had conversations with them lately, and they're like, Taryn, I never would have thought that 40 would feel better than 20. Never thought it would feel better than 19. I wish I would have known this. But they are seeing that difference. And so, bottom line is, I've done this for 11 years and I'm going to keep going for the next however many I can. And so, you have a choice. If this speaks to you in any way, shape, or form, I'm more than happy to get started with you, to make sure you know what you're doing and make sure that we really do treat this as an investment and that you absolutely see this yield. Many of the people that I've watched and commented know that I absolutely back this up. I've walked alongside them and I'm just thinking of all the results. If you watch Stephanie Spackman's results, I know Benjamin Gray's lost over 100 pounds. And this is because they adapted the lifestyle. They weren't perfect about anything, but what they did is they did the little thing that they could do each and every day, and there was improvement. And so they've been blown away, but I highly doubt they thought that they would get the results that they did. But I've seen this work for people that are really willing to actually jump. So I think this is one of the greatest investments that you can make in yourself because you go everywhere with yourself. You are the one that is carrying the extra 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 30 pounds, and every single step you take, think of that extra toll that it's taking on your body. And so if you're ready to do something about this, I will absolutely be there to guide you. And we have some amazing specials, amazing deals, and something else. I do watch people overthink the weight. And so we are actually looking at doing something because we have found a phenomenal scale. Anybody just hate their scale? Well, the Renpho scale is something that we as a team have absolutely loved. We found that when you can track your fat, when you can track your muscle mass, when you can track your bone density, when you can track how hydrated you are, when you can track way more than just the number, you're actually really geared towards finding health. And so we're looking at some pretty cool things to be giving away some of these scales. Some of them will be a gift with purchase. And so reach out to myself or to anyone that you know that is part of this pure journey and ask them about the details because we're going to be doing some really cool things, but we are absolutely on a mission to help people change the weight for good and not just weight, but more getting rid of that fat mass that they no longer want. And so I'm just excited for those that will choose to get started. Anthony said, don't need any results, but trust the people anyway. 4.5 years already fit. Hey, when you find something that works, you stick with it. That's absolutely amazing. Congratulations to you. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day and feel free to share this with anyone that needs to see it. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out. Cheers.